So here go my thoughts, right? I've been thinking about the NBA new format, playoff format, where they have this play-in tournament, and they got it from the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seed. They all have this play-in tournament where the 8th and 7th seed play each other, and if whoever wins out of that game goes on to play the 7th seed, and then 9th and 10th seed play each other, and the loser of the 7th and 8th seed go on to play each other for a chance at the 8th seed. Cool. But in my opinion, I think that that's kind of whack if you don't finish within, I would say, there should be a activation, if in my opinion, where the play-in tournament can be activated only if, like, the 9th seed is within 3 games of 500 or better by the last game of the regular season. So, like, in each conference, the 9th seed would have to be at least, like, 3 games under 500 or 500 or better if they were to activate the play-in tournament. Because I really don't believe you should be able to play the play-in tournament if you really didn't finish 500 or better, or at least have a really good season. You shouldn't be 10 games under 500 and still be able to qualify for the play-in, or even win the play-in and get in the playoffs. I just think that that's corny. But, to make it a little more even, like, it should be like on a year-to-year basis. And I firmly believe that, if the team is in 9th spot, they'll still have something to fight for if they finish at least within 3 games of 500. But this whole thing where they're 6, 7, 8, 9 games under 500 and you're a 9th seed, I just don't believe you should qualify for the playoffs. So it should be like some type of qualifier or activation of the play-in tournament, in my opinion. So, like, the 9th seed, if they're within 3 games of 500, then they have a chance to allow the 10th seed to come in. And I believe, that would still make an incentive for the 10th seed to play hard at the end of the regular season, because if the 9th seed is able to activate them to be able to make a tournament, I believe that that's way better. But this whole thing where you can almost be double digits under 500 and still have a play-in guaranteed, I think that that's corny to me. And the reason why I bring that up is because I noticed the Timberwolves and the Clippers play tonight. In the traditional playoff format, they would have just qualified and made it, especially when you look at the Timberwolves. They had 46 wins, 36 losses, 10 games above 500. That's a quality season. It would be real whack if they somehow missed the playoffs and then these two teams under them made the playoffs. That'd be kind of corny to me, especially when they played a full season. So in my opinion, I would tweak it a little bit. I would go on a year-to-year basis where you can still fight hard, where like the 9th seed and the 10th seed will still be able to have something to play for. But I believe that if the 8th seed is over 500 or better, or within 3 games of 500 as well, I believe that they should be able to just make the playoffs without all of that play-in tournament. I think that's kind of corny in my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see how it go. I think it's kind of unique, but like I said, I would tweak it a little bit. So, like, if the 8th seed is 500 or better, by the end of the regular season, then it's just a traditional playoff format where the 7th and 8th make it. If somehow the 8th is within under 3 games under 500, or the 9th seed is within 500 by 3 games, then they can activate the 9th seed can activate the 10th seed, and now you got a play-in tournament. And that 10th seed should still play hard just in case, because they would look up and see, like, okay, the 9th seed is still playing hard, still trying to get in. We might have a chance. So I believe that there's an incentive to do it, but I would tweak it. But this whole thing where you 10 games under 500, 5 games under 500 or whatever, I don't believe you should be able to make the playoffs, especially when you had a full season. Even if it was certain factors that came into play, like an injury or something. I just believe you should still keep it traditional, where you earn your spot, you earn your keep, and however it play out. But an activation of the tournament, I don't think it would be bad. And plus, I believe that there's enough time to do it. Like, there's enough logistics to do it, because at the end of the regular season, you will still be able to tell, like, okay, cool. 3 games within 500 on both conference. The 9th seed, cool. They'll activate the 10th seed. Boom. The 8th seed is 500 or better, or within 3 games. Boom. But this whole notion where you can just be almost 10 games under 500 and still make the playoffs is garbage. So yeah, I don't know who would ever watch this, but if you got any ideas or any commentary, let me know if that works or not. Yeah.